boom, I come back to a new episode 2 days later.
2 days, new day. New day, same clothes.
Same clothes. Alright, what did you say on there? So you had a question.
Right, I was saying about how women put the burden of the conversation onto men. And I'm curious how that works in the LGBT community, or in your specific experience.
In my specific experience, oh man.
Did you make the first move on your girl, or did she make the first move?
Do you know what, it's kind of weird. Like we matched on Tinder. Yeah, I was on Tinder.
No shame.
No shame. I sent her
Sorry, go on.
mildly cheesy icebreaker. And then...
Can you please tell us what it was?
God.
You set us up.
No, man.
Telling half a story.
Alright, so I was like, what's the best, worst or cheesiest pick-up line anyone's ever used on you? Because it's curious, you know, you get a story out of it. And she was like, somebody said that she looked like a snack who'd fallen out of a vending machine, something like that. And I was like...
Snack that over there.
I don't know if that's an insult or... Why?
No, she was like, something like 8 of you could just come out of a vending machine because you're a snack. Someone had said that.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, that was truly abysmal. I didn't respond for like 2 weeks. The conversation ended there. Anyway, and I was doing this gig in Digbeth actually, and I come off stage. I was filling my face full of Thai food because it was Digbeth Diner Club.
Oh.
And I sat there with the sound guy and my guitarist and just chilling, and people would come up to me and be like, really loved your set, and I was like, oh, you know, thank you, I'm glad you like my music and whatever. And this girl comes walking up to me and she goes, do you recognise me? And I was like, oh my god, why? And she went,
Kill Bill.
I was like, Jesus, what have I done? She was like, Tinder, and I was like, oh, damn. And then she went, can I buy you a drink? So, and the rest is history.
I feel like it's so much better in person as well.
Yeah.
I can't stand the whole online chatting for long and that kind of stuff. Just meet in person quick as you can.
People are getting way more comfortable online now.
I'm not just staying there like...
That's become the thing now, isn't it? Just talking online instead of meeting up in real life.
Yeah.
Like even just meeting people in real life, innit? It's either you go to the club or I don't know, your friends introduce you to someone.
I don't know about you guys, but I find a club is an awful place to meet people.
That's dead, that. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily want it.
I agree on that. Awful stories.
The first impression you had was like them shouting right down there. Yeah, I can't hear nothing, I don't know what's going on.
What's your name?
There's drinks going around, so like, am I still going to look the same when you're not drunk? Are you still going to look the same when I'm not drunk? And I don't know, for me, my like sort of woman ain't a party girl, you know what I mean? She don't want to going out all the time, and I'm just gonna generalise her and say she's probably a party girl.
Yeah.
If she's in the clubs, because I go there really rarely go out to drink. So I don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, if I go to a club, I'm not thinking, let me go meet the love of my life or
Yeah,
the
that's some
potential wife.
thirsty stuff right there. I'm going to a club to get some pumped. You know what I mean? It's going to have a good time.
Yeah, but you know, what's a good time?
Drinking with your boys, dancing and that.
And then
Majority of the time, they come to you if you're just there having a good time and you're not like a thirsty dog, like
sniffing out every ass,
rubbernecking everywhere, like.
letting your penis lead the way.
Oh gosh. That's graphic. No, you felt now. Even though I said that word before, I don't know, so but you're saying it.
But no, like, I mean, come on, like, people will say, like, we're just here to dance. Like, maybe you are just there to dance, but at the back of your mind, you're hoping someone approaches you or someone talks to you.
When I was younger, definitely.
That's why it's kind of nice being in a relationship and going out, like, I mean, just literally just not give two flying shadoobies and just, I can go and dance on a stage in Pop World if I want to, like, you know, you can do me.
Yeah, I guess it's less pressure than.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about flirting with nobody or people flirting with you. You know, thank God.
What do you do when like you two are out and then a guy approaches one of you?
Don't. It happens more than you'd think. And the amount of times they approach both of us.
Like, I don't know, like there's, it's probably a guy thing, but whenever you approach like two girls and then they say they're together,
It starts going like,
Oh, the amount of times, like, I'm like, oh my God, please don't post that.
That's the title of this podcast.
No. Mom, please don't watch this.
That's funny.
Oh, jeez.
But what if like, what if when you go out drinking and you sort of like, because does anyone smoke here? The smoking shelter's like the social place, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
That's true.
And you know, you don't always like, most of the time when I go out, I go out for the socials and sort of get drunk, and like there's been times in the past where like you do end up meeting someone and it kind of just takes off from there. But it is a bit of like an embarrassing place to say where you met. Like we met at the club in Pop World.
Pop World is the worst.
It's the worst, but it's also like, because it's the worst, it's kind of good, don't you think?
It's so bad, it's good.
Yeah, it's one of I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, but that's the best place, really. Like, if it's in a club, then she comes up to you, you come up to her, you just go to the smoking area, something that's outside.
Always happens. What's next?
I was gonna ask Holly another question.
What? Like she's representing every single woman, so.
Oh, she is today?
Good luck.
Sorry for me, yep.
I mean, this is probably a relationship question. Like, how would you react if your girlfriend was dancing with another guy?
It depends on the context, but...
I don't know, Sean Paul.
Well,
A girl starts twerking, she should enjoy herself, then start dancing with another guy.
I mean, does she know him? Like, is it, what, like...
Doesn't know him. I think we've covered this question before. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to be there and see it, like, to know. But I guess no harm, no foul. But also, like, there's part of me that's like
playing with fire.
Yeah.
or why?
I mean, you know what a guy's thinking as soon as a woman starts dancing with him.
She's coming home with me tonight.
That makes me want to drop kick someone, you see.
Yeah, that is weird. Because there's a lot of jealousy in most relationships. I think I would definitely be jealous. I think.
Depends again on the situation, doesn't it? Like, I mean, there's been times where like you see girls, you see like a girl with like a group of lads, and then she's like taking a round with each of the lads. Obviously, if it's someone like that, then you obviously couldn't care. But if it's like a long relationship, and you seem to that, and it's like it's not natural, then it is, you know, might be a bit of a red flag there.
I mean, again, it depends on the type of dance. If it's the Macarena, do you know what I mean? Then it's like, it's funny, but if someone's grinding on somebody, then you're like,
It's the bash one.
Yeah, it's a different.
the connotations are different, I think. But then again, you do you, honeyboo, but also...
Don't
Yeah.
dig in.
Don't know again.
I mean, yeah.
Otherwise.
Well, I had another question about the roles that women and men play in a relationship. So, I don't know, like, the men play the role of the protector, I guess, that kind of things. What would you say is the role of a woman in a relationship?
I'm all about like equality and like just even keel.
What does that mean, equality? Like, as in, she'll be equally protective and he'll be equally protective, or...
Again, it's different for me, but it's
Yeah. How about you guys?
yeah.
Traditional.
Traditional.
I mean, like if it's like a case by case, and it really like it depends on the relationship. Like, I mean, traditional standards, it's like it's just how it goes, and it's kind of generic. Like you expect the man to sort of provide like a man role, you know, like as in be the breadwinner and like, you know, the masculine figure. But there are obviously cases where like the woman is that role, but it just depends on the relationship, doesn't it, really? Well, I tend to just stick it as traditional. It's easy. What about you?
I'm just gonna say, if the camera cuts off, thanks for watching, guys, because we're just on low battery. Can't subscribe and all that. I'm a mix of both, non-traditional and traditional, because every woman is different.
So what's the non-traditional?
No, it's not traditional. What am I trying to say? I'm not on about like pegging or nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Okay, you want to Okay, I'm not about that in that sort of sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 2019.
So you would say traditional in certain aspects of the relationship, like so traditional in the bedroom aspect and maybe non-traditional in the outside the bedroom aspect.
It's such a confusing subject. Yeah. It makes sense. It only makes sense if you're setting a set way of ideology or something like that. And I feel like we sort of covered it a little bit when we spoke about it's not 1940s anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think like now the roles are kind of shifting. Like now it's becoming way non-traditional, and people are finding ways to make that work as well.
I mean, even if you look at like sort of single parents, you know, they play both figures. So yeah, things do change. Because I mean, even in like this day and age, 2019, like there's more and more of that of like single parents where they sort of play both role in a relationship. But I have no idea how it would stand from like an LGBT perspective.
Right.
How was in terms of like who plays what role or.
I kind of want to say that's the beauty of it. There isn't any traditional role of like you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. It is just an even playing field of like you make the rules that you want to make, and your relationship is how you want it to be, and there's no expectation there. Which I guess in a straight relationship there is a lot of expectation and a lot of things that the stereotype you're supposed to do, like we talked about before, but and again there's not, but it's quite equal, I find.
Yeah, I think within the LGBT community, because it's more openness, there's more openness there, so there's more communication. So even in traditional roles, I think men and women have to talk a hell of a lot more to break down their boundaries. But there's one quote, it's like Carl Sagan, it's good to have an open mind, but not so open that your brain falls out. And some people got them sort of, not when I say not judging them, but there's a point to how open your mind can be, I feel.
What, open to an extent where you're not suggestible?
No, that's a different rabbit hole. Open in the sense of, have you heard about the paedophiles apparently being, what was it called? Apparently paedophiles were going to be put into the LGBT or something like that. They're people. That kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah.
Neither have I, like.
I think it was, what was it? Was it last year? I think it was last year that they were talking about.
No.
Yeah.
Paedophiles' rights or something like that.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm on about.
yeah.
You can have your mind too open so that your brain can fall out. And
No.
You see what I mean?
See, that's that whole thing of like, there's a whole stereotype and the thing that people have used against LGBT people being like, oh, you're gay, therefore I don't want you teaching my son or whatever. Like, I'm attracted to other adult people of the same gender. I am not a paedophile, like, there's a huge difference, and to try and lump that in with a community that's already been marginalised, like, no.
Yeah, I don't even know what study it was.
No.
But what was it called? Like the oppressed or something like that. they was trying to argue that they're like they're
that's it. Yeah, that they're also an oppressed group, just like the other people in the LGBT community. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Mad.
It's definitely mad.
that's a wow.
That's an emotional one.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever gonna happen though.
I don't feel like it will.
I hope not. I mean, no, it probably isn't gonna happen. I mean, they are open-minded, but they're probably not that open-minded.
Definitely not.
I think-
Definitely not.
Do you know what that I stands for? LGBTQI.
Intersex, I believe.
What's intersex?
I think that's in between genders. I'm not sure.
You have both.
I'm not sure.
It's like
Is it like bisexual or pansexual?
No, bi and pan is to do with sexuality, like intersex is to do with gender.
It's to do with the biology of gender. So, say a girl born with both genitalia.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I get a little bit with gender labels. There's a lot of differentiation and a lot of separate labels like non-binary and things like that go in there that I'm like, I don't fully know like the whole shebang, but
I feel like people don't take that seriously because like of the amount of identities in there.
which is a shame because like we were talking about the whole gender roles and everything earlier, and I was going to say what about non-binary people and what about people that don't fit into the male-female spectrum, because there are a lot of people that don't identify as cis as I presume we do, so
yeah, that'll be interesting to hear from someone who
trust me.
Because I've never actually met anyone who identifies as non-binary.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I do have some non-binary friends and like some trans friends and stuff as well. So yeah. I used to run an LGBT as well when I was back at uni. So.
You used to run an LGBT? Mm-hmm. Oh, like a society?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, ask them to come on because I'm part of like the principles for my creed is that everyone has the right to speak, and even if you don't like what they're saying. You have to let people talk, freedom of speech, innit?
Yeah, that's a big one. And I think it's scary. So let's go over there. Yeah, there was like some controversy about the pronoun thingies in America, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they was making it law, I don't agree with that. Because when you're trying to force your beliefs into then a law, like there could be lots of false allegations. Like even if you wasn't non-binary and I called you a he, assuming you was a he because you look like a he, then you could get me arrested because I mispronounced your pronoun or something like that.
I think it'd only be used in like discriminatory ways. So like there's a lot been going on with Caitlyn Jenner and I'm a Celeb, for example, and I overheard somebody say something
like Bruce Jenner, the one that became Caitlyn Jenner.
Kardashian.
Yeah. Kylie's I think he still goes by Dad to them. I think she still goes by Dad.
But she calls him Dad.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. Interesting. I can't remember what I was going to say. Something about Caitlyn Jenner and transphobia.
Yeah, she said something about him being a nice celebrity.
Yeah, she's in I'm a Celeb, and I overheard somebody say something the other day about like just some derogatory trans things, and I was like, it's such a shame because people need to this open mind thing. I think it needs to be more open, but I think when you start discriminating or even like not respecting someone's wishes to be called the way that you identify is just.
Don't play devil's advocate. Of course, we have to have that for a suitable podcast.
For suitable conversation.
Yeah, of course. Then some people will say that's just appealing to some individuals' narcissism. and like you're going to feel like you're stepping on eggshells around certain people and that kind of stuff. And you know, some people are going to be like, bruh, there's two genders, it's biology.
Yeah.
I think gender's a lot more complicated than we give it stick for. Like we were talking about the institutionalised stereotypes of male and female, like you have to be one thing, I have to be one thing, and then there's a lot of different things in between that, and then what makes you identify as a man, like, do you know what I mean? What makes me...
My dick.
My dick and my balls.
Bruh. Sorry.
It's alright, we're not getting paid for this anyways. But okay,
That's so
Does that answer your question?
a little bit.
I think it has to do with being sincere, and I think this is one of the things that Jordan Peterson said. Like, if someone comes up to him and they're sincere about what they want to be identified as, then I wouldn't find a problem with that. But if it's like a manipulation tactic, then it's kind of crosses the
no
line.
matter what,
Yeah.
no matter what gender, what sex, what anything, there's malicious people out there
Yeah.
who will straight away prepared to take advantage of that, of them things. It's a shame.
Yeah. But you get that in any walk of life, don't you?
But I think it's just weird how it's becoming political. Like how sexuality itself is becoming political. I think maybe it was during like feminism and all that. Maybe that was political, but I don't know, I just find it weird that these type of things are becoming part of the law. I think it was Bill C-16, that was the law that we're talking about right now.
I think it's more to do with stopping transphobic attack on people, more to do with squashing out the extreme responses and violence and like discrimination and hate crimes towards like minority. I think, rather than penalising people who genuinely make a mistake of misgendering somebody. What my opinion like?
Huh?
That's only my humble opinion like.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. You have a question, or anyone else got anything to say about it?
No, that was it. That was the last one. Yeah. So I don't know, like, I feel like now everyone's just been way too political, and like during discussions like this, like people forget, like instead of discriminating against each other, saying all this stuff, like all this discriminatory stuff towards the LGBTQ or towards the people on the left or towards the people on the right, you know, like